Well, welcome to the stream. And to carry on from where we were before, uh, the group just killed a vampire in front of the poor grieving father who was hoping to save his son in the only way he knew how, which was secluding him, hoping he would shake off this weird sickness. Uh, anyway, that's where we left off. I think you guys know where to take it from here if you so desire. What do you want to do?
I think we should decide as a group what we should do about this priest guy,
Well,
because he
let's
seems kind of mad at us.
we need to finish this up and talk to him and at least get some sort of resolution.
You're cutting out a lot there.
I don't know why that would be.
You can go pee if you want to.
Yeah, okay. We need to get some sort of resolution, just at least initiate a conversation after we just killed his son.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it wouldn't make sense for us to just leave and let him sit there.
Right. I agree.
All right. Right now he's crying.
All right.
He's holding the limp body of his dead son, crushed and cracked and whatever.
Diedrich's gonna walk up to him, be like, he's gonna say, "Why did you conceal this from us? What were you trying to prove? What did you think was going to happen?"
He looks up at you with red eyes, puffy cheeks. He said, "He was my only boy. I thought surely he could, shake it off. I was praying to the morning Lord every day. I don't understand."
You are a fool and your god has no power here, obviously.
He makes a sign of a sun with his hands. It's sort of like, jazz hands, except they're crisscrossed. and and does it at you like a gesture, and says, "You don't know him. You don't know what you're doing. Here you are, outsiders, destroying my home."
We did not destroy your home. The other creatures did that.
He just shakes his head, mutters to himself that you'll never understand, and lets you be cursed. The Night Mother can have you for all he cares.
Unfortunately, you are the ones that is cursed. And I'll walk.
He says,
walk
"I don't
out.
know what you just said because you stopped talking in the middle of a sentence."
You are the ones that is cursed. I'm walking out.
He says, I am cursed. I've lost the only one that mattered. My wife is long dead, and you've stolen my son."
So I would like to try to convince him that we did what had to be done, and then he needs to spend the rest of his life working to stop the vampires that caused his son to be diseased.
All right, you're going to go ahead and give me a charisma check with advantage because of your ability to get people to ally with you.
That's
No,
no.
you fail. He spits at your feet and says, "Just leave. Just leave." Now, I don't know if either of you or anyone, well, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to say it. Okay.
Diedrich, do we need to put a stake in his chest to keep him from coming back to life? I don't know much about vampires. You seem to know about vampires.
Do I know the answer to that question? I should know the answer to that question.
Arcana or history, maybe?
Well, I've experienced it, but yeah.
I've got
Right, but
religion.
you're
I thought
used
he
to
had
being
some.
pretty final. Well, I know, and you can use advantage on that because of your background.
Okay.
You're not home. You know what I'm saying? You're not in a normal realm, so it's
true.
fair for you to be questioning.
Okay, well, they're both the same modifier of 0, so.
All right, you choose whichever one you want and roll with advantage. Oh, you're fine. Okay, Diedrich, you realize that yes, a stake would in the heart would keep him out when he's in his home ground. However, you also know the father wouldn't likely allow that, and you're aware that if you remove the head or you burn the body, those are also permanent methods.
Well, Diedrich doesn't care what the father thinks. So
I think we're gonna have to. I guess. I mean, is it even possible for us to try to convince him since I just failed a different kind of check, or do we just?
You wouldn't be able to. I'm going to say you wouldn't be able to if someone else wants to. I don't think his relationship with Diedrich is going to be strong. I think the only one we have a chance of trying to persuade at this point is Gimbleforth, and he could perhaps pose it as a, I've lost people too, this is how you deal with it, and then, use it as your chance. However you want to approach it, though, but I think Gimby's your best chance at this point since you already failed.
Gimbleforth has found himself on a quest that he wasn't sure he'd like to be on, so I would like Diedrich to explain everything that he knows about vampires and share it with the tribe.
listen, from personal experience, I know that the only way to kill a vampire permanently is to cut off its head, burn the body, and that's it. So, if we want this to be permanent, those are our two options.
What is your experience with them?
I've killed several.
So are you hunting vampires?
Yes. Exactly.
I see.
Donovich looks up slightly, trying to act like he's not listening, but he clearly is.
You have to refresh my memory from last game. Did Donovich explain when his son became the way that he is?
He had been bitten 5 nights before, and they've since then dealt with werewolf attacks at night.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to try to persuade him that his son is gone and no more, and that the safest thing he can do for himself and the people around him is to completely end the evil that was in his son.
All right, go ahead and give me a persuasion.
And I forget how to talk.
He slaps your hand away and says, "Don't touch him. I will bury him here, where he belongs with his mother."
Alright. Diedrich's gonna shove him out of the way, start pulling on the arm of the son, and then to move, down here to take his head off.
Oh, man. Okay, so Donovich gets pushed back, and then he swings at you. Ooh, he actually hits you. With
First time for everything.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's his first time he ever did that. his damage is so weak, it's hilarious. So he clobbers you on the shoulder with his club.
I'm gonna ignore him and keep walking on.
All right, so you'll have reduced. I'm imagining that's probably Are you gonna try cutting it up at this point?
Yep.
Cutting his head.
Yep.
All right. Okay, are you guys gonna keep him off of him in the time it takes him to burn the body?
Yeah, I've got some rope that I can tie him up with too if we're not able to handle him.
Okay, well he's actively trying to just keep coming after
Grapple him!
Diedrich.
Okay, yeah, we'll grapple him. I will grapple him at least.
All right, give me a strength check.
This is totally gonna work.
Jeez.
He pushes you aside and he swings his club at you, just because you're trying to stop him.
Oh my god.
Good grief.
If this guy kills us.
All right, so boom, hits you across the side of the head, but the food that you guys had eaten had given you some temporary hit points, so that did provide some protection. So you actually took very little damage out of that. That's hilarious, though. So yeah, you failed. Is anyone else going to assist? Are you going to also attempt Gimbal?
I don't know. I don't have anything to restrain him with. I'm gonna have to actually attack him.
No,
Well, you
a
just
grapple
grapple
will
him
hold
and-
him.
Oh, Oh, can I do that even though Val just failed?
Yes. Yes.
Great.
Because you guys are both there.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
All right, strength check, please.
Whee!
He's not very
Oh my
strong, so this should
gosh.
be
You're
pretty
my.
easy. Oh my word! He swings at you
We need
as
medic.
well, and he hits you too. He hit no one last game. That's amazing.
Wow.
Very lightly wounded.
Merely a flesh wound.
All right, I'm just gonna try and like punch this guy. Wait, what do I have? Do I have manacles? I do. I'm gonna try and restrain and then manacle him.
Okay.
So that's a strength as well, correct?
You cut out a lot, but I think you know what to do, so I'll just wait for the roll.
All right. What in the crap?
So
oh my word!
I'm just gonna attack him.
All right, he's swinging at Diedrich. Oh, and he misses Diedrich that time. All right,
Do we need
Val,
a-
go for
Do
it.
we? Do we need to roll
We can
initiative?
just use the initiative we have already. Go for it. We'll start with you. Yeah, that's fine. Just go. You decide to start it, then we can roll if we want.
Okay.
All right. See, that's a save. Oh,
Oh, he
he
succeeded,
saved.
which means I think nothing happens. That is correct. Nothing happens.
This guy's getting his second wind.
Yeah. He's gonna keep swinging. All right. Go ahead and roll initiative since this is ridiculous. This guy's 9 hit points. Oh, he's the last in the order. Gimbleforth, you're up.
Yay. Alright, well, I think it's time for him to join his son. Dang.
Oh gosh.
All right, so you're using your rapier. Where are you positionally? Okay, you just really missed.
Yeah, I mean,
Embarrassing. You're really far away, so that didn't
Yeah,
really make sense. But
I should have moved here, but
yeah, all right. Because there's nothing funny that really makes sense in that situation. I'm just gonna say you really missed.
Yep.
Okay. Diedrich, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to smack at him with my short sword.
Are you gonna try to smack him like blunt or? Oh my word.
Well, yeah, I was going to, but apparently it doesn't matter. I swear,
Maybe we're just getting the bad rolls out of the way.
if this guy kills us,
And Scott comes back and you're all dead next game. It's amazing. All right, it's well, you still have your bonus if you want to use that without the
all right,
pluses.
yeah, then I'll do that.
You just roll a d20. Yeah, that hits.
And how?
Yeah, you just do your damage roll. It's fine. Roll it onto him.
All right.
Oh man, your blade cleaves deep into him, and he starts gushing blood. And he's looking at you with shock.
And I'm gonna
Can't believe
say
that you actually would do it.
I'm gonna say now you have a chance to stop this right now. End it, or we will.
Oh man.
I really don't want to kill him.
Yeah, and I'm trying to imagine his scenario. He's lost his son, so he may not care about life right now. Then again, when you get grievously wounded and you're about to die, you're bleeding out. I mean, that might stop you. I tell you what. Let's just do a charisma. Go ahead and give me a charisma check. We'll compare it against his save. Whichever
Would
one
that be
determines.
a? Yeah. Okay. I guess they're both the same.
Oh my gosh. All right. He is angry and doesn't care. All right, Val, you're up.
All right. Can we
Alright.
stabilize him?
He just killed. Yes, you can, because he's unconscious.
Yeah.
Yes,
I just want to.
absolutely.
I'd want to stabilize him. I don't want to kill him.
What are
Okay.
the chances that he's been infected by his son, though?
You could use Diedrich to check. Diedrich would be familiar.
That'd be an
I
insight.
don't even think this is going to require a check, honestly,
Okay.
a dice roll, because you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you recognize he does not have the signs of a mark on him. And in fact, now this one, give me insight.
Yeah.
Give me an insight check, and I could give you more.
Which
depending on
that
roll.
is at advantage.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a good thing it was. Yeah, you barely made it with that 15. You realize that you've seen this done before, where a master vampire makes a spawn of someone and doesn't touch their family on purpose, simply so that that family member is tortured.
Yep.
And so you realize that this guy's church was an annoyance to Strahd for whatever reason, and he decided to torment Donovich by turning his son and not touching him.
Okay. I want to get him stabilized.
Okay, while you do that,
All right, you may stabilize
I think. So what's the time of day?
So
it is early afternoon.
Okay.
Okay, so while he stabilizes this guy, why don't Gimbleforth and I go and take this body outside, bring along some of the like torn up wood from inside the thing, and make like a little pyre out there.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do so. It's going to take you a few minutes, obviously. Now, you have no problem starting a fire. You can just glow your eyes at some wood. And there's plenty of wood available. You're going to burn them inside the church, or you're going outside?
I thought we would go like out into the cemetery if we can. I don't actually see an. Okay, I guess there are. I don't know if those are windows or doors, but can we go out the back where, like, just so there won't be townspeople that.
Yeah, you absolutely can. I guess this is probably a door right here. I don't know. We're just gonna say yes, you can. I'm not gonna worry about it. And then that brings you over to the other one, and it's basically just a large cemetery. There's a fence of wrought iron with a rusty gate enclosure of a rectangular plot of land behind the dilapidated church. There's tightly packed gravestones shrouded by fog, bearing the name of souls long past. He is gonna join us, by the way.
Oh, sweet.
Do we see? Are there a lot of do all the graves look old, or are there newer graves as well?
There's mostly old ones, but there are some newer ones. So it's not a completely unused cemetery. Give me a second. I'm going to roll. This is a sort of an interesting roll. I want to see if it pans out. Okay. Nope. Does not happen. Okay. So you guys go ahead and begin your burning process.
While they're doing that, I'd also take Donovich upstairs and find wherever his chamber is and put him in his bed.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's see. That would be. Donovich is this one right here. I guess you would have had time to figure that out.
That was my guess, but yeah.
Didn't mean to move you where I did. There we go.
That's all good.
And Gimbleforth was Gimbleforth helping Val?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
I'm on fire duty.
All right. So for you, Diedrich, you are, as you know, in his bedroom. It's a dirty room containing a wooden bed with a straw-filled mattress, much like the other one in there. The other room, I mean. Next to which rests a small table with an oil lamp burning brightly on it. Mounted above the bed's headboard is a wooden sun-shaped holy symbol. Of course, now when you see that, all you can think is the two jazz hands crossed, symbol of rejection. of you guys.
All right.
I missed the start of this, and he's in somebody's bedroom already.
You know it. He loves it.
So
well, what happened is that Donovich was grieving, and they all woefully failed in trying to get him coerced into calmness or supporting them. And then he had a string of strikes in which Donovich successfully hit pretty much everyone. Yeah, everyone. He hit everyone but you since you weren't here, which is pretty funny. Even got a critical on Val. They effectively knocked him unconscious and then stabilized him, at least Diedrich did. and they're now burning the body of the son, Doru, who had been turned. So let me share the screens for you. Anyway, so you guys are have started up a fire, and while you're there, each of you roll a perception check, please.
I'm assuming the two outside.
Yeah, only the two outside.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, both of you. All right, so there is this, and medic too. Yeah, everyone sees it. Okay, Gimbleforth, well, all of you are seeing what looks to be a parade of spirits start walking through. They're barely visible, but all three of you have actually seen them. So you realize you're not going mad. It's not an illusion of your mind. But you guys see a procession of these slow-moving ghosts. And
I offer the medical assistant.
Thanks.
they don't seem to respond. Gimbleforth, you look in that group and you are 100% convinced you see the ghost of one of your close family members that have passed, and they don't respond to you, but it looks just like them, whoever that is. And medic, you got a really good roll as well. You see the ghost of a rabbit that is hopping along. No joke, a ghost of a small rabbit hopping along. And there's something about it that is causing confusion in your internal relays, because there is a recognition of something close and dear to you in that. Val, you actually see a bird creature, a kenku, and on his hip are two daggers, each of them clawing at each other, screeching and hollering, and pulling at the very soul of that ghost as it trudges along. And you get a wave of nausea and vertigo as you realize futures and pasts and distant dimensions are overlapping and bubbling in on themselves.
I was gonna ask.
That's
if it was
fantastic.
Ogre sized or orc sized.
Well, you didn't see that at the time, but one can imagine it probably would be.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
So yeah, there you go. That's what you guys see. The body burned successfully. There's no issue, since it's not raining, getting it to continue, and it's finished at your leisure.
Do I feel a strange compulsion to pee on the bird spirit?
Oh, not cool. That's a low blow.
I will say this, that you suddenly realize you haven't peed in a long time. It wasn't really directed at the bird, you don't think. But you have a strong desire to go now.
I will wait then. I'll respect the spirit.
Gosh, you're the worst.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so yeah, as you guys know, you've already got this guy stabilized. You can do whatever you want at this point. The town is mostly, the rest of the town is to the south. You never did visit the actual bar, just so you know, the Blood of the Vine Tavern. And no one has investigated the screeching woman. Not that you have to by any means, but those are the things of which you're aware that I don't think, well, I know that you guys have not actually gone to. Before
Diedrich leaves the room, he's gonna take that symbol down off the wall and put it in the desk.
Silence makes that really weird. He's gonna put it where? We don't know.
He's gonna put it in the desk.
Oh, okay.
Well, so before we go, I feel like we can't actually leave him here, since he's been getting attacked by werewolves every day, and he's almost dead. We might as well just kill him if we're gonna leave him here.
He hasn't gotten attacked every day.
I thought
every night there's been having werewolves.
Oh, I didn't realize that was I didn't know that was a nightly deal.
Yeah.
So we want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do we want to like stay here the night and try to fend him off while he heals, or do we want to take him like to the tavern or something, which would then risk, we'd have to tell all the townspeople that we almost killed their priest. So
But we could explain that his son was a vampire. We basically saved their life.
Yep.
Our persuasion skills have not been on point tonight.
Well, yeah.
Touche.
Amazing, really.
Gimbleford doesn't have any interest in staying in the church overnight. That seems like we're just asking to fight werewolves.
Yeah, Dietrich wouldn't care to sleep in a church either.
Neither does medic.
Is there
Okay.
anything medic can do to make old almost dead look better before we take him into town? Can we
Yeah,
Oh,
he could use
oh,
cure
that-
if he wanted.
Yeah.
Of course, he's gonna want to keep track of his spells. Oh yeah, he's in top shape now. He's awake. His wounds have been sealed over. He's only got some bruises from purpling.
Before he did that, Diedrich would want to manacle him. Well, no, we're gonna leave him here, so we don't need to take him. That's fine. Never mind.
So is he good enough to leave then?
I mean, he was at 9 hit points before. He's at 7 now. I think he's good to go.
He's at 8 now, but yeah.
Whatever.
So he's like conscious and everything?
Oh yeah.
Can we ask him what he would like to do?
Nope, don't care. I'm walking out.
Well, Gimbleforth cares. I would like to ask Donovich if he prefers to stay or to go into town with us.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a charisma at disadvantage, since you guys have already failed, and all 4 of you work together, well, 3 of you, to beat him up. So.
Well, he started it.
He did start it.
Well, you killed his son, so. And then you burned his body without him even there, so.
Technically, his son was undead, therefore we didn't kill him.
That's true.
He just tells you to get out. You've taken enough from him.
I was already gone.
We do so.
Toodles.
I don't even have an icon. So I wasn't there the entire time.
Well, right now they're not really even doing anything in that room. I've already closed that window, actually. So the question is, where do you go? So, as I mentioned, there's the things in town that we've talked about, but there's also talk of of another Vistani encampment. But it's that or whatever else you guys want to do.
Do we see outside the church any footprints from the werewolves, which direction they've been coming from?
Right, I
Oh,
was
that's an
thinking that.
interesting one. All right, go ahead. Who wants to be the investigator for this?
That'd be a survival.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
I've got investigation as well.
+6 survival.
I would say that you are the one that should do that.
Yep.
I would say you chose poorly. I am a broken robot.
Can I investigate as well?
Yeah, I'll let you assist.
Yes.
Diedrich's the only one who's getting close.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Can I actually?
Diedrich, you recognize prints, but they're all over the place. Look heavily obscured by sheer number of them.
Could I actually use like a nature to look at this?
Have you already rolled?
No.
No, you have not. I'll let you. Go ahead.
Yay.
Oh my
What
lord.
is up?
Yeah, you recognize that they're prints, but you're not sure if they're a dog or cat. You forgot that only one of them has claws that also show up in the print.
That was terribly unhelpful.
So what are the chances
Which
that like
one?
the townspeople turn into werewolves at night and we're just gonna like go in the tavern and it's gonna be like from dusk till dawn?
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. Do we need to get out of Dodge?
You haven't had sign that. Well, okay. Here's the thing. I will let one of you guys do an insight check on what you've seen in Barovia. It can't be Diedrich, because Diedrich was in Ghost when you guys were going through the town. So one of you guys wants to get an insight check on what clues you would have noticed in Barovia that would answer that question for you. Go ahead and try it.
+6 to invite. Insight.
You got +6.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
pretty
do it.
hilarious.
Hey,
well,
well,
man, Medic, for some reason, something inside your Celeron CPU on the inside overclocked for a moment, and you put together several pieces at once. You realize that, one, there were a number of homes that were infested by large rodents that were not being consumed. Number two, people are generally staying away from the doors of the ones that are humans that are there, so they're fearful of being terrorized, but they clearly themselves are not capable of inflicting terror. And if it was rampant in the city, then there wouldn't be near so many rats. You put all that together in just a moment's notice and recognize the town is mostly safe, you'd imagine, at least from that threat.
Something I'm forgetting to roll.
Yep. Which one is that?
I'm looking it up. Your moment's notice thing made me.
So I think it's the Vistani.
They're the werewolves.
I think they are.
Could be.
I think they probably are, and they hate vampires, so they were trying to get in there and kill the vampire.
Ooh.
Could be.
Oh, that's an excellent. I wouldn't know this, but as out of character, that's an excellent.
That's we could set up and see if one of these houses and try to observe the church tonight.
Well, or we could go to the Vistani camp and watch, or we could go in the morning and just talk to them and ask them.
How cordial are werewolves in the morning? I'm asking for a friend.
Well, we were friendly with them before, so we could just ask them.
Oh, those Vistani. I thought you meant the new camp.
Well, I don't know if it's the same. Is it like the same family? It is, isn't it?
Vistani's a bit of an extended family. Some of them are invited in. It's a way of life as much as it is a bloodline.
I gotcha. A werewolf bloodline. So yeah,
well,
I think
you
we
do
should
have
just
evidence
go
of
ask them.
were-ravens. So
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe they have different groups that can turn into different things.
okay. So is that? Go ahead.
What? How far is the Vistani camp from here? Is that?
The information you had said that it was to the. Oh man, that would have been perfect for that one, Scott. You know that it's due west.
It's
and
somewhere
they said
along the path of the river, right?
Yep.
Well, my only thought is, are we gonna be able to get there today?
Yeah, before
Or
it
we're
gets
gonna-
dark.
Yeah. And
I
it
bet
sounds
not.
it sounds like we don't know, so it probably makes more sense to stay in town tonight.
Okay. We can go to the bar and tool around, or we can. Yeah, actually, that reminds me. Let's figure out where in town is a screaming woman.
All right, going back to the map, the screaming seems to be
Hey,
coming from down here,
Shyla.
a little bit farther.
And the orange building, not immediately above that, but the biggest one, was that the place where we got the egg
Yes.
earlier? Where?
This is where you got the egg. This is the tavern you guys didn't actually go to.
Gotcha. And we didn't hear
did
the
all
screaming
your
when we got the
conversing.
egg, right? So this is new today.
No, you did, but you were more focused on getting your egg for
Gotcha.
Diedrich.
Naturally.
Let's go check out the screaming lady.
All right. So you guys walk back into town, and give me perception checks for all 3 of you, or 4 of you.
Sweet. Or, yeah, not. Hooray!
I'm on fire.
Thank goodness medics.
Why did we think we could
Ears
do
are
this without him?
I have no idea.
Yeah, remove his role. You guys can't figure out where you're at. You're like, are we in town? I don't know. Alright, so he's able to detect the soft whimpers as most of her crying has stopped, and leads you to the town. Let's see where do I have a. It doesn't look like this one has its own separate map. So this is gonna be, theater of the mind type of thing.
Sweet.
But that moaning sob floats through the still gray streets, coloring your thoughts and sadness. You hear it, and it actually is enough to be heard even over the food vendors and whatnot. There's small carts and things in this area that are, it's like the town square in a way, but you're going past that, and the sounds flow from this dark 2-story townhouse. This house is roughly 40 feet square. It's boarded up and barricaded from the inside, it looks like. So as you guys are looking, you hear the crying on the inside, but you don't see an easy way in. There's no open windows for you to look in, I should say.
Is there a door boarded up as well?
There's a door. You don't know whether it's boarded or not.
Do people in the square at the carts, do they seem to be noticing the sounds at all, or is it just us?
Most people seem to be completely only interested in their own affairs at the moment, and they are not very compassionate. The lady selling the tarts or pastries, she's mostly just trying to get attention from others to sell more of her wares. It's almost like they've grown used to the crying. It's a background sound now.
As we walk through town, Medic's been mumbling out loud to himself on a scale of 1 to 10, the danger level and how easy these humans would be to smash.
Wow.
In danger is not how hard they'd be to smash. They're super.
Yeah.
He's evaluated you all too. You all rate it between 5 and 6.
Out of what scale?
10.
No, that's probably accurate.
And orange.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. All right, well, go up to the door and knock on the door.
All right, the crying stops for just a moment before resuming quietly. Well, actually, well, hold on. Let's let the dice decide. Yeah, no, she doesn't stop to come to you, to the door. She doesn't seem to be answering. She just sounds in distress.
So should we knock down the door, or should we pry some of the boards off a window to look inside?
You could just try to open the door too. I just thought I'd throw that out there. As that's next.
All right,
option.
check the handle. See if it.
All right, the door is unlocked. It would have been so funny for you guys to kick it in. You open the door and you hear the crying, but it's coming from upstairs. The house is very dirty. There's cobwebs. You don't see rats in there, which you find to be interesting because you've seen so many rats in this town just from a little bit of walking around. But there are none in this house, and you hear the sobbing upstairs. It's the gray, drab colors inside this old home.
Okay, I've got my. Oh, we talked about it last week, but I would have liked to have recovered crossbow bolts from that last fight.
That's fine.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you weren't shooting anywhere weird. I mean, it was all enclosed.
I'm pretty sure I was down 3 or 4, so we'll just go with down 4. Okay. Crossbow at the ready and sword out. And we'll... Wow, bless you. Start...
I'm going to cast Fiery Eyes as well. and not stare at anything long enough to set it on fire.
I'm not going to look at his eyes. In his eyes.
I'm going to reevaluate his danger rating to add a one.
And
A
I would
one
like
grape.
and I would like to break out the bagpipes just in case a tune needs to be played.
Oh, jeez.
He goes down to.
Come on,
Accurate.
you wouldn't smash a guy with a bladder.
Well, we all have bladders.
Yeah, I'll head to the stairs and go upstairs.
All right, the stairs are old, wooden, in clear disrepair, but they are functional and apparently sound enough for you to walk on. The crying gets louder as you get to the top. You look around, you see the woman at the end of the hall, and she's on her hands and knees, and you get this serious sense of deja vu, Diedrich.
Okay. I move a little closer. What am I looking at?
Well, you're looking at an older lady. She looks to be 50s or so. It's hard to tell. Just crying, and in her hands, she's holding this malformed doll. It's wearing a sackcloth dress, and she's saying, "My Gertruda, my Gertruda, where is she?"
Pardon. Sorry for the intrusion. What seems to be the problem here? I apologize. Something you seem kind of familiar to me, but I don't understand how that could be.
Give me an insight check, Diedrich.
With advantage?
It's not an undead, so
Okay, so no.
I'm gonna say yes to advantage, but for a different reason.
Oh, okay. Yoink. Hey.
Good thing you had that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You realize from her position and whatnot that you saw her on the astral plane, the ghost realm of the dead.
Oh.
You could see her there, and something was lurching around, harassing, and the dog, whose very spirit was consumed and torn apart,
Gosh,
was trying to protect her and barking. And it's at that moment, since you rolled so high, you realize that there is a small dog toy that's to her left, and she's not only mourning Gertruda, this woman, but she's also realized the dog is gone.
Ma'am, I don't know how exactly to explain this, but I see that you are mourning your dog.
No, I'm not mourning my dog. I'm mourning Gertruda. I've kept her in this house protected her whole life. I even bought her this puppy. And then Gertruda, she became a teenager. You know how girls are. And she broke out of the house a week ago. I've not seen her since then. The dog, he even knew something was wrong. He ran out trying to find her. I just know he did. And he hasn't come back.
Well, I guess I can explain half of that. You see, a little ways past the big gate, there is a house, and we found the dog there. And
oh, do you have him?
I'm sorry to say, but no, we do not. You see, he gave his life for me.
This perchance, Master Diedrich, was this the dog you sliced in half?
You what? He what?
I believe he was trying to find out how old the dog was.
That is not it. Medic, will you please go downstairs? You see, ma'am, we had no choice. But You see, he actually gave his life for me twice. The second time, I had died myself, and I saw him as a spirit, protecting you as well. And there was some sort of dark entity, and it seemed to be
You
trying.
were dead? Did you see my Gertruda? Did you see her? She's
No.
dark hair. She's lovely.
No, I'm
Was
sorry.
used
I
for days.
did not, and I don't know why you're making that reference. That seems a little strange.
I thought it would affect you. I thought you would know that way. You know, man, that's what men notice.
Uh, Perhaps there's some truth to that. However, in this case, I do not remember seeing her. But anyways, your dog gave his life for me in the spirit realm as well. He protected me, and but I can say that I owe you a great debt, and so I will try to find your daughter.
She looks at you with some small measure of conflicting feelings. She says she's alone now. She knows she's alone, but maybe, just maybe, you can find Gertruda for her. And she offers you up this doll. She says that was her favorite doll, and that the only toy maker of Malaki that she knows of any name and renounce, he made this specifically for her. It was something she got her when she was 8 years old, and it's been with her all the time. She doesn't know how or why in the world Gertruda would leave without this, so she doesn't feel like she ran away. She feels like she's been taken. And so she offers you the doll. It's, you know, like I said, it has a strange leer on its face, has a sackcloth dress, and, yeah, stitched in the hem of the dress is a frayed tag bearing the words, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky." And on the back of that says, made by Ganoff Blinsky.
Okay.
Can I check and see if it has any magical or religious significance?
Yeah, I'm gonna step to the side and allow Val to take it.
Okay, Val, go ahead and do an Arcana on it. You don't feel it has a religious significance, but it has a lingering aura around it.
Would he know the type of magic?
I'm debating that. I don't know if he would, because it's not like it's actively going. It's just it's been in touch with it. I don't think he probably would. It's had magic used either in its creation at some point or done on it at some point in the past, but it's not containing any strong scent of that now.
Okay, well, I guess like specifically what I'm looking for is there anything about it that would be, so basically you're saying that something was done around it, but it's not like a source that would, for some reason, like if her daughter were like a vampire or something, some kind of creature, that it would be repelled by this doll? Or do I not know this?
You don't think it would repel anything.
Gotcha.
But you don't recognize what that magic is, which makes it a bit of a mystery. What was done near it, I mean. Or through
Gotcha.
it.
Would you relay any of that, or are you keeping that to yourself?
Yeah, I relay all that.
Ma'am, there seems to have been something magical in this doll. Would you have any idea what was... Did you have it enchanted at all, or would you know?
Are you talking to Gertrude or him?
The lady.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought this was directed at him, Val, so I wasn't going to answer that, Russ. Okay, yes.
Basically, wondering to know if she had something done to it on purpose.
No, I've never done anything to this. It's just a doll. It's just a doll. It was her favorite toy. She sometimes would talk to it. In fact, all the time she talked to it. Even as she grew out of that stage where most kids would hold on to dolls, she would talk to this one. It was so special to her, she wouldn't leave without it.
Did your daughter have any special gifts or anything magical that she could do?
No. No, she's just one of the few joyful lights in this God-forsaken city. This God-forsaken land.
What kind of conversations would she have with the doll?
Oh, she, I don't know, normal things a girl would say to a doll, like, don't tell me that, that's, she's my mother, and, she'd have fake conversations where if she was mad, she'd talk to it about me, I suppose, but, normal things.
I'm gonna turn towards Val and say, this doesn't sound too normal to me.
No.
Oh, whatever, dog killer.
I didn't say that. No, she didn't hear that. She did not hear that.
Just a second. I'm going to roll. See if she perceived it. Okay, she didn't hear it. Darn.
Alright. Well, ma'am, we will do our best to find Gertruda for you. I give you my word. I owe you that much. Actually, I want to...
She thanked...
Well, no, I've already done an insight check. I wanted to see if she was telling the truth or see she seemed to be hiding anything from us.
I think that's a fair enough reason to insight. I mean, that's
okay.
That's just dialogue, so you're just trying to perceive whether that made sense. So go for it. Give me an insight check. You feel like she's being honest.
Okay, cool.
To the best of her ability.
So could it?
All right, who's taking the doll? Is anyone taking the doll?
Val has it.
Yeah, I guess I can stow it. So could it be that spirit that you confronted was attached to this doll in some way, talking to this girl?
Ooh. I don't know if I would know. How would I know? Would I have any intuition on that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, go ahead and do an Arcana. I know that's not really your thing, but you're the only one who would have experienced that thing, and your answer is no, you don't think it was related at all.
Okay.
Okay then. Well, does she have any idea of where we might start our search?
She has no idea where her daughter's gone. None at all.
Where was she the last time that she saw her?
And how long ago?
Last time she saw her, it's been weeks.
Oh.
But last time she saw her, she was in her bedroom, talking out the window, looking out the window, and she, the pinings of a young teenage girl. She wasn't too worried about it. But then in the morning when she woke up, she wasn't there.
Where was the doll whenever she...
Yeah, and if I look out the window that she was talking about, what would I see?
More houses.
Okay.
It would depend on the time of day as to what else you'd see, but she was just... You see houses and fog. That's it.
Okay.
Where was the doll whenever she found it and saw that her daughter
was on
gone?
her bedroom floor.
Gotcha.
Well, madam, I will say that this is not the first time that I have tracked a young girl down for a long time. Unfortunately, I had to try and find my sister, and I did find her eventually, so I would say that perhaps there is some hope. I cannot guarantee anything.
Did you kill her too? I mean, you seem to kill everything you encounter.
I'm gonna walk
Did
away.
you?
Walking away.
What the?
The old lady rolls an insight check.
Walking away.
Yeah.
Oh man,
He's
she
pretty
totally knows
convinced
you
you
killed
did.
your sister.
Walking away.
Oh, that's great. All right, so you guys leave. She doesn't follow you. It's hilarious.
Time.
Okay.
What time of day
So-
is it now?
Go ahead. Later afternoon.
Medic has had time to label all the rats outside as 1s and 2s.
Goodness.
Okay, so you guys are familiar with, yeah, if you guys want, you can restock on something. I will say, okay, so this would be late afternoon. No, you're probably fine for now. Never mind.
I think we should go and investigate the tavern and probably rest up. Do we need a rest up?
We probably should rest up.
You guys burned a lot of spells in that church, right? At least
Yeah.
Val did. Well, actually, cantrips were a lot of those, weren't they?
Right, I only used one first level spell slot.
Oh wow.
I used
Yeah.
the first level and the second level.
Okay.
No, I didn't do any second level.
We generally don't want to be out at night though.
Oh, you're talking
here
about you.
anyways, is my guess. So Diedrich would support that. Resting regardless.
Okay.
Then we
Yeah,
probably
I
don't
would-
want to tempt the a point of exhaustion either.
Yeah, I would like to find a spot where we can see if the werewolves come back to the church tonight, if that's possible. So I see a lot of houses of smoke near them.
So you're hoping to sort of borrow someone's home overnight and be peeping.
Yep.
Okay.
I wouldn't have used those words, but my charisma has been low this game, so that's probably how it would come out.
Hey guys, mind if we be peeping? Are you guys gonna go in the tavern first, or are you what?
I think we can just
Yeah.
go and do what Gumavor says. I'm down for.
Diedrich would like to go to
Okay.
the tavern and to have a drink.
Okay. You guys approach the tavern, and it's about 60-foot square. It's a large building. It's one of the larger ones in this entire small city. Close inspection of that sign reveals that it originally read as "Blood of the Vine," but the inn has been scratched over with letter F. So it basically blood of the vine and blood on the vine sort of, intermingled depending on which part was original, which part wasn't. This once finely appointed tavern has grown shoddy though throughout the years. You can tell it had some ritz to it at one point, not so much now. As you guys enter, there's a blazing fire in the earth that gives scant warmth to the few huddled souls within. There's a barkeep. There's a few colorfully dressed people that you would imagine are Vistani based on what you've seen. And there's a young blonde man sitting near the entrance with an angled, sharp chin. And he's unusually friendly looking, actually waves and lifts his eyebrows when he sees you guys. And actually, there's a picture of him. I can show you that. And he goes, "Oh, visitors. That's a rare treat. Come on, come have a drink. Tell me where you're from."
Medic rates him an 8, but it's only based on how handsome he is.
He says, "Oh, you guys are very interesting. Come on." And he makes a little spinning gesture with his fingers. Drinks for everyone here. I'll take care of it. And the bartender just nods, doesn't seem to have any particular excitement to it, and begins getting drinks for them. He says, "Here, sit down." He pats the chairs and pats at the table. Tell me about yourselves.
Perhaps you tell us about yourself first.
All right, fine. I understand. Well, my name is Ismark. People around here sheepishly refer to me as Ismark the Lesser, because my father, well, he's the burgomaster, and no, it's not a master of making hamburgers. I'm so tired of explaining that, but anyway, he's like a mayor, is what that's like. He's a burgomaster, and anyway, I would just basically come here to try to relax and I'll get a name for myself if I can, but frankly, what's more important to me right now is my sister. She's in trouble, and I'm convinced Strahd himself wants her. And not too long ago, she got bitten. Now she doesn't look like she's turning, but something isn't right, and I need Isabella safe. I need her protected. So I'm looking for help, but no one here really cares. The Vistani, and then he leans over and whispers to you more quietly, I sometimes think they're in league with them. I don't trust them. So frankly, new faces, you're about as trustworthy and a best of chance I have. Uh, Otherwise, I don't know what she's gonna do.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Oh.
He is one of those people whose emotions and sincerity just is palpable on his face.
Okay.
You can read him like a book.
Okay, cool.
Where is his sister now?
Oh, it's Irina, not Isabella. I'm sorry. Yeah, Irina, I have her at home, with Dad. But we need protection or something because, well, we can't trust her near windows. If she happens to get a glimpse of something that moves the night, she's drawn to it, and she's my sister. What am I supposed to do?
Well, I think we might be able to help with this. First, let us drink and then we, well, depending on how long it's going to take, we might pay a visit.
If you do, I can give you a place to stay. That's one of the largest buildings here. There's plenty of room, and I guess I could try to round up some pay, but I don't know how long this will take. Really, what I need is her to get somewhere far from here. If you could maybe take her to Valaki. We have some relatives there. That'd be very helpful. Really, just anything that can protect her. So maybe just an escort her, take her with you. Not the illicit kind, of course.
Of
I
course.
would like to lean over and ask Diedrich, is it possible for someone to be bitten and not turned yet?
I have not heard of this, I don't think. Have I heard of this?
So, when he says bitten, does he mean... What does he mean bitten by? Bitten by vampire?
He means bitten by
By
Strahd.
Strahd,
He
yeah.
thinks she's been bitten
Strahd.
by
I
Strahd,
gotcha.
but she hasn't directly turned. It's
Would I know have I heard of anything like this?
with advantage, give me an insight check, or Arcana, whichever one you'd want. Probably insight's more your thing.
They're the
History
same.
might actually make more sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? You got your history. Do that.
Alrighty. Nope.
Wow.
So,
You don't know.
does he know of any other young ladies who have gone missing? Like he describes, like what he thinks is happening. with his
Oh,
sister?
he leans back in his chair and he furrows his brow and he actually rubs his hands back and forth near the temples like, oh, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you of this, but yeah, there's a lot of them. But honestly, most of them are children. It's usually children that are gone. And it's as if we don't have enough struggles for this small foundling city to have its lifeblood taken away. I mean, I don't understand it, but yeah, there's a lot, but not usually of her age. It's this man in a cloak. I'm now convinced he's Strahd himself, the devil himself. A man in a cloak, a long cloak, approached her and told her that she was the one for him, and that he'd been looking for a long time. And she rebuffed him, and I told him to mind his own business. But we've seen him several times in town, and pretty soon she came back one day acting woozy and confused, and I noticed bite marks, and then I was thoroughly convinced it had to be a vampire. If not the stupid devil himself, then I don't know. But don't say his name, loudly. I don't know for sure if this is true, but I think that if you can call him to you if you try too hard. If you say it too easily.
When was the last time you saw the man with the cloak?
Oh, week and a half, 2 weeks.
Before or after your sister got bitten?
Oh, before. I've pieced it together. She doesn't remember much of that night.
Do you have any clue as to why the children go missing?
No, that's one has been lasting a long time. Years, in fact. Just a child here, a child there, but rumors have come on the few travelers that come through here, Vistani mostly. They have said things like, there's more children missing in Valaki now. There's a child along the way from a family in a farmhouse there gone too. I don't understand. It's not super consistent, but of course cities have more children, and so more children there go missing. Usually 1 or 2 every month, sometimes as many as 4 or 5.
And no one has any explanation as to potentially why.
No, makes no
Alright.
sense, but they're never seen again.
What are we drinking?
A type of cheaper wine. You can tell it's not high end.
How big are the populations of the city? Is this like the amount of kids missing something that would raise the it'd be startling
Yes.
because of the amount compared to the
Yes.
population?
Yes. People are absolutely terrified when they have children that those children will be missing by the time they're 9 or 10 years old.
But the girl that we just visited the house.
She was a teenager.
She was a teenager.
That's right.
My friend, do you know of? Have you heard of Gertruda? She just went missing as well.
Oh, Gertruda, yeah. Her mother's been crying and mourning, and she even sometimes walks the streets and just laments. Yeah, I knew Gertruda. She was a quiet girl. Didn't really like to associate with anyone.
All right. Finish the wine.
All right, you do
How
so.
long does it take to travel to to Valaki from here?
Well, it would be a long journey. I'm gonna break out the other map, I think, but it shows you. It may not actually make it very obvious. 1 second here as I'm looking. No, it doesn't make it obvious at all. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's weird. I'm sorry. It's going to be a couple days journey. I'm surprised it doesn't show this. Huh.
Does he know where the?
Oh, here it is. Here. I'm going to go ahead and mark it on the primary map.
Oh, okay. So, so we would pass by the Vistani camp on the way to this place.
Yes, you would.
Can you
Yep.
can you show that map again?
Sure.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's from him trying to describe.
Yep.
He painted a very good picture where it was spatially for you guys.
Well, shall we go see your sister?
He gladly says, "Yeah, after you," and he lets you
No,
get up.
I
and points you to
insist.
the door and,
After you.
But we're
All
staying the
right,
night,
all
or
right,
we
yeah.
heading right out? I totally missed something. I think.
He can
Well,
give us some
you can
room.
stay at his place. Yeah.
Oh, because I thought someone wanted to watch for werewolves, but if we're moving on, that's fine too. I just got confused. I missed.
Well, the city is, or the mansion is in Barovia, so you could make a that night before it gets too late. You could go out and actually walk from there to.
Yeah, I
look at the
figured we
church.
could potentially do both.
Where you're going, and I'm marking it, is that building down there. It's the Burgomaster's mansion. And let's find. Where is my chickadee? Here's the Center Burgomaster. Okay. So as you guys approach the southern part of town. A weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and the clang of gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been tramped down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Black marks tell of the fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with the stains of evil omen. Give me a
Lovely
wisdom
place here.
check. Whoever's leading.
I have +4 to wisdom.
You'd probably be. I would have most likely have you lead anyways.
Big and tanky.
Exactly.
Evaluating the threat level.
Okay, you discern trampled weeds all around the mansion, as well as scores of wolf paw prints and human footprints. Some of the footprints, it looks like, because you rolled quite well, look to be made by partial feet, like rotted or broken feet, which you think might be one of those weird types of humans that others refer to as zombies, or maybe ghouls.
That needs serious medical attention.
Oh, great.
And these are all fresh.
Well, not like in the last few minutes fresh, but yes.
But like the last
Within the last
day or
week.
two.
Yes.
I would like to voice concerns to the group about heading towards the house with. Do we want to spend the night here? It seems kind of creepy.
You could just ask him why they're,
Yeah,
stopping
let's. Yeah.
footprints.
Well, it's pretty obvious that he wants her, and I'm not inviting anyone that I think might remotely have a chance of being Strahd or sorry, he wouldn't have said Strahd. The devil or one of his minions. You're clearly not that. I mean, this metal thing, I'm not even sure what you are, but there's no way you're a vampire.
And why hasn't Ismark tried to move his sister up until this point?
I would, but my dad is not well. He's really not well, and now I've got my sister to worry about. This house can't be left by itself, but I have done everything I can to defend us, and as you can tell, the night the ghouls attack and they keep trying to come and grab her and take her away, and it's all I can do to just keep this place buttoned up.
So do the werewolves serve Strahd as well?
Oh, you see a werewolf, you just stay clear. They're one of his stupid demonic minions.
Interesting.
Alright, well.
So you guys go in?
Is his sister
Okay,
in the
as
house?
you guys approach the door, is this woman that opens up the door. She's got a sword and she's wearing armor and stuff covering her neck. Here's a picture, actually.
10.
She's pretty striking.
But it just blurts out 10. Then he looks at his
She's
compatriots and he's like, he reevaluates them 4s. He's like, wow, compared to that, my scale needs to be bigger or they need to be.
she's very striking with auburn hair, and she immediately greets her brother, and her sword gets lowered a little bit. And
She's the
she
one that
appears
needs us to protect her? Medic blurts out loud.
Wait, we don't know that she's his sister, right? Is she his sister?
Yes.
She said he
I'm his
greets her
sister.
brother. That's why he
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
freaked out. Medic was
I think I have
expecting
another
a small
sister.
child.
She says, do you think they can help? Okay, so anyway, the interior of the mansion is well furnished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are in the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every single room. The burgomaster is in a side drawing room on the floor, and he's lying in a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers and you smell the faint odor of decay. I think that's where we're gonna leave it for tonight.
Oh man.
That's the sister though?
The sister does not smell like decay, but yes, this is the
No,
sister.
no, that's the one we need to escort.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Totally.
Dude,
I volunteer for tribute, man.
You are totally metal. You've got no chance.
Well, I mean, look at her exterior. There's only one fleshy part on her I see right now. Maybe I'm just attracted to
He
the...
wants to interface.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I interface with the sweet metal exterior.
It's like, I have both USB A and C.
No micro USB for this boy.
Oh gosh. All right.
Actually, give me a dex save, medic.
Please
Oh,
tell me she's
save?
gonna try and kick him in the nuts.
Yeah,
Bam!
yeah, you fail that. A dongle falls out from between your legs.
Oh
One
gosh.
of the little, like the
Hangs
dreadlocks
down.
I have in my hair.
Yes, it just falls. It swings.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's where we're gonna leave it for tonight.
All right. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you guys next game.
Oh, good night.